There's the sign, a Naden sign. This is from Timo, and this is from Unique in a Creek. This is the small board that we're working on today. So I did go ahead and add zip ties. Welcome to Crafty CreeAtions. So here's the setup, the 24 zip ties on row 2 and then 16 on row 3. So altogether we'll be needing 40 petals. I'll be showing you how to make 4 of them, 2 at the beginning and 2 in the end. Here's the petal fold. This is the Eli Petal, or this is where I add the 16mm wooden bead in the red. So we'll be doing just the green, as there is a lot of green in this. And so what I thought, to bring out some of that white in there, it is a winter wreath as well. So I have these picks from Timo. I think I got them from Timo. And I thought we'd add some of these on the 3rd row when we get there. But we'll see how we're gonna add them. I never add picks to my wreaths this way with petals. I feel like they don't really need them because I love the petals, but I wanted to do something different here. So we'll be adding a little bow. Just, you can see a little bow right there, right? And I thought we'd add a little bow at the bottom, just a simple bow. And yeah, I that's what we're doing here tonight. Today, this afternoon. Okay, so the tools is over here on my side. So I am gonna be using these tools right here. And you'll need pipe cleaners, of course, to attach the sign and make the bow. And I am gonna be using my glue gun, of course, for the picks if I need them. What else? I might be using my zip tie cutter. And sometimes I use it, sometimes I don't, but I do use my nippers to cut off the zip ties because I am better and faster at using these, I think, rather than this cutter here. Okay, so let's get started. So again, referring back to the board, I did add 24 zip ties on row 2 again and 16 on row 3. So altogether, we'll be needing 40 of the Eli petals. And I'll show you how to fold the Eli petal, 2 of them, and I'll show you 2 more at the end, at the 2nd row there. Okay, so let me grab a couple of my 6-inch zip ties, and as well as a couple of my 4-inch zip ties. And I'll show you why. And of course, a couple of my beads, they're over here because I don't want to put them here, they might roll off. So again, 16mm beads. 40 is what you need for this project, if you're going to be doing it this way. Okay, so I did cut this with a rotary cutter. This, I had 4 open rows of this green, and I used it all up on this project, and I'm so happy because I'm trying to use up some of my mess, and I thought that this would be a good way to do it. So here we go. So here's the rotary cut squared 10 by 10 emerald green horizontal white stripe. That's a huge sentence right there. What I do to get my middle is I grab this end and put it down over here. This is how I find my center. So I put this tip right there, and this tip right here is gonna go right there too. Here, if you need to use clips, you can. I usually clip them over here and here, just so for the beginners. So you probably need clips because as you get, more into making petals, you'll be faster and you won't be able to need clips. So this is how I fold them. I fold them towards the middle, just like that. Here, and make sure you're looking at the middle part when you do this, which is right here. Because you're gonna take your right hand, if you're right-handed, or your left hand, if you're left-handed, and you're just gonna flop that over to the side. And here I swing it around because again, I'm right-handed. And what I do is I measure from here to here 5 inches, or up here to here 3 inches. 5 or 3, it don't matter. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this is where I pinch in the middle and swoop that over, swoop this over, and you get this shape. And here's where the 4-inch zip ties come in. Just zip that up, just like that, real tight. So you don't want this coming off. You have to pull it on real tight. And you grab your 6-inch, right? And you grab your bead. And you thread your zip tie into the bead, just like that. 16mm bead. And then I just, you see this opening? I just put that in there, holding my bead. And you make sure your zip tie is in correctly. Otherwise, if it's not, you won't hear, if you don't hear the zip sound, then it's on backwards and you have a problem. Everything will come off. And so, just make sure my knob of the zip tie is under here so it won't be seen. And then we zip it up. Make sure you pull on it, make sure the bead is in the middle, and again pull and close it off. See? And then here's where you grab your nippers and you cut that tail off, and cut this off, and you get your not so good scissors out and you cut that tail off, just like that. So you have an Eli Petal. And this is where I usually, you see how this part is folded a little bit and this part is not. When you add your, you add your petal in there, you sort of see this part, this end more than this. And what I like to do is I like to put that knob of the zip tie to where what it should be the front now, because now they're both, you know, the same size. This one is the same as this one. See that? And it looks much better on your wreath, on your board. Okay, we'll do another one. I'm just gonna add one petal of this into every zip tie, so that'll be 24. And so what I do is I'm just gonna put that in there, making sure my zip tie is inside of this zip tie that I'm zipping up, just like that. And continue on with adding one petal per zip tie all the way around on row 2. Here we go. All right, so that's the 24 petals that are in there. So now I'm gonna cut the tails off. So look at that. See all the petals in there. Let's add those onto the third row. And we'll figure out how we'll be adding these, but I'm thinking I want to add these where these are, the small gap. Every other on the close together holes is where I want to add these in with a petal. Let's see how that looks. Start adding these, the larger gap ones first. And we'll add the other ones. If I don't like the look, I can always go back of adding these. I can always probably glue them down in there, but we shall see. Let's see. Cut those off. We have those in there. See that? And now we're gonna go in with these and also with this, like that. I don't know if I should cut this down a little bit. Probably not. All right. I just wanted to see how this will look. And close it off. And this can stick. I like it. What do you guys think? So very pretty. And this just matches the sign right there too. Look. That's what I'm trying to get at. I like it. Continue on. So turn this around because, all right, you can see the square. All right, so last one. I love it when I see pictures on wreath creators, unique wreath creators, where they add petals, and then this way with the petals and this kind of petals. I thought I want to try that, and it's looking good to me already. So when I add the sign, I'm just thinking, how will it sit? Will it sit good, or will it not? Okay, so we don't need glue. So where's our sign? So we'll look for the top of the board, which is this one up here, in there. And it'll just sit like that. And what you can do is add some mess in here, just so that the sign, there'll be not too much gap between the sign and the board. But I'm just gonna leave it because I think it's gonna look right, sit right, just like that. So since these are pipe cleaners, the tie downs are side to side, I'll be adding the pipe cleaners here and here. Here we go. Oh my gosh, this is so cool. Okay, so that's where I tied it down. Okay, just like that. And I can go back and cut this down a little bit here, and this one and this one. And I can probably put this back in the hole. I don't really want to pull it, like really pull on the sign, because I don't want to squash all this stuff that's up in here. So let's add our hanger while we're down here, because we need to add we need to make a little bow, a quick little bow, a red one. Is that the middle? Yep. So we could stop here, but I'm feeling a little bow down here. So that's where this red bow comes in. Okay. So I just need a little, like an 8-inch tail coming down a little bit here. So I'll just double that up for the tail and cut that. Okay, that's the tail. And now let's decide on what the size of the loops. Thinking I want to add it here somewhere. So that'll probably be a good size. So that's a 5-inch loop. 5 inch, so that's 10. So I'll just make it 12. 6 inches. Is that too big? 6 inches is too big. Let's do 5 inches. Let's just, do it this way. This way and this way. So double. What am I doing? Am I doing this good? I think so. Start talking to myself. All right. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna overlap this. Is that too big? That's too big. It's a little too big. It's not too big. There we go. Right? I could just use a stapler. No. And now we can grab, what do you call that? That middle part. A little loop. Probably about 3 inches. And here's where my glue gun comes in. I'm gonna glue this right here. Very pretty. I hope you have, you too, Alicia. Have a Merry Christmas. Probably won't be on all week, but Sunday I'll be on for sure. So there's your loop. And bow. Is that too big? I'm feeling like this is too big. What do you guys think? If I fluff it? No, I think that's the perfect size. You guys think it's too big? The loops? If I add it here, what do you guys think? Is that good size? Let's see if I'll... Where's my pipe cleaner? Oh, here it is. Let's add a pipe cleaner and find out. Pipe cleaner. Okay. Been listening to Christmas carols all morning, every day all morning. My grandson seems to love the music, which is wonderful because I love music. I love to play tunes, any types. But if I don't like this bow, I'll take it off. If I think it's too big, I'll shorten it because I didn't glue anything down except for the middle loop. So I'll find the middle for the second row and I'll put the bow right there. And the middle is right here. Oh. Beautiful, beautiful. Isn't it cool? The things you can do. Making a wreath. Your ideas here. Oh, and mind you, when you do make a wreath, it doesn't have to be a New Year's Eve if you're going to make something like this. Remember, you can always implement this kind of a design into any season, any trend. Here's Dory. I think my loops are kind of big. Let me fold it a little bit here. See. Fold it over here. See. There's ways that you could make things smaller. Do 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 do. There we go, and I'll make a, what do you call those? Angle cut my ribbon down here because I want to. I think we could do without the bow. But it's cute. It's cute. It's cute. It's cute. I'm just trying to mimic the Little bow right there. But I'm not digging the bow. What do you... No bow. Yes to the bow. No bow. I don't really like it. Like, yeah, no bow. For sure. I take it off. Like, I'm just trying something new. And I knew I wouldn't like it because I never add bows to these kind of designs, but a mesh wreath and a ribbon wreath, of course, 100% I will add a bow, but with the petals, with a bow, I'm not digging it, so bow is off, so there it is. So no to the bow and yes to this kind of wreath right here. Alright, so that's all I got, friends. Thank you for joining Crafty Creations.